Hello everyone, my name is Fraser Waldron, and in this video I want to talk about the topic of self-interest and how being selfish is actually good for everyone else, at least in most cases. So historically, I grew up in a family household where everything we did had to be orientated towards like the greater good, for the community, for the country, for the family. Doing things for yourself was perceived as kind of like a moral, not moral weakness, but just something that wasn't considered. And I always played in a team sports environment growing up, and it was always like everything you do should be for the team. And this is good in most cases, but I think you also have to have a healthy balance of being self-interested. And an example of that is like being healthy, eating good food, doing things that maybe other people aren't doing. So for example, like I don't drink alcohol. So when I go out with the boys, sometimes that's awkward, but I am selfish in that I want to maintain good health. And that's a selfish mindset, let's say. But I think that if I'm healthy, I can be more switched on and I can be more for you. So that's a good thing for the community. Like if I get good sleep every night, if I'm healthy, if I maximize my own potential by advancing myself in different ways in a selfish manner, as long as it's kind of holistic and altruistic, that benefits you as well. And I want that the other way around too. Like if everyone in the community is in general more healthy in a general sense of saying the word, then that benefits me as like the taxpayer. You don't access the healthcare system as much if we're talking like economics, but also it's just like you're going to be more switched on to help me. So the doctor who's awake is going to do better. The teacher who's like has a good sleep the last night is going to do like a better job at teaching the kids, and just it's a win-win-win across the board. So being selfish per se can be okay. And I'll give you an example where it's like even being selfish in the group setting can be useful as well. For example, I used to play volleyball in Singapore. Yeah, and we used to play on the weekends, and you could bring friends, but the quality of play was quite high. So sometimes I was nervous to bring people. So I'd say, hey, if you want to come, that's cool, but like let's meet 45 minutes before and I'll like kind of train you up. I'm not good at volleyball, but I'm just good enough to like teach some things, let's say. And so I would get people up to a certain level, and then they would play, make friends. It was a good, really good social group, a lot of fun. But I was selfish when I was doing that because I didn't want to be embarrassed by that person performing badly and like me bringing a bad person, because that's just the worst. If you're a volleyball person, you know what I'm talking about. It just kind of drains the game if you can't get it across the net consistently. And so I would do that from a selfish point of view. But looking back on it, like you can actually see that what was good for me was good for them as well. I'm giving them a skill set that they can leverage forward for social life and just playing the sport and for fun. And then on the other side, I enjoy coaching, so there's kind of a element of I get joy from that. And also I get a player who's playing well and I look good socially. So it's a win-win-win. So being selfish per se is not a crime, I don't think. I think it's not an ethical breach in the slightest, unless, you're harming someone or it's not a win-win or you're taking advantage of people. Like, for example, I used to, or I still do, offer like financial planning services, for example. Like I'll review your portfolio, I'm deep in the weeds in the finance stuff. And for a while, I was actually like nervous to take money from people because I was like, well, it should just be free, because it's like I should be there for people. I've got enough money, like I should just do it for free. And now I'm not like that anymore, because what I realize is that although it's selfish to like want the money, that allows me to go to the gym. That allows me to buy good food. That allows me to continue to live where I live and do the things I need to do to be good for you. So you should actually want me to make money. You should actually want me to be financially stable so that I can be better for you when I'm giving that financial advice or doing these YouTube videos, so I can afford the camera or whatever the case. So I think when people are successful and are selfish about their business, let's say, I'm like, wow, like good for you, because if you're doing well, that means we are doing well. So we should actually want people to be self-interested, not selfish per se, but maybe self-interested, as long as it's holistic and not harming anyone else. So that's kind of it. It's just kind of like a little thought I thought I'd share with you. That's been a little mind hack for me on a few bumps in the road on my own psychology. So if you relate to that, then maybe this is just kind of a hack that works for you. Ayn Rand, the philosopher, she talks about objectivism and talks about being rationally self-interested. So what I've been talking about is kind of a blend, or a maybe a little bit, it's in the vein of what she's talked about. And I really recommend her. She's a fantastic philosopher. And if nothing else, her books will challenge the way you think about things, because I think that her philosophy, although it has some flaws, is very interesting and has helped me maneuver through space, especially from a business point of view, and collecting money, etc. So that's our author I'd really recommend. I'll put it in the I'll reference some of her books in the bio. The best one is Atlas Shrugged. It's a fantastic read. I recommend it. And she's great. Some of her YouTube content is really nice too. But anyways, that's kind of where I'm getting this from. And that philosophy and how I've kind of personalized it has helped me get around a few things where I don't feel bad about being selfish anymore in situations where I can articulate why I'm doing it. Because if I'm good, you're good. So that's kind of it. I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next video. And let me know if this makes sense, because again, I don't think it's 100% defensible, but if you can find a way to improve it, I'm always looking to kind of, the iron sharpens the iron, as they say. So I'm always looking to improve these thoughts. So if you have a comment or send me a message, and let me know what you think. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you on the next video.